Why are Christians often so judgmental and unkind? I can speak on this as an expert because I used to be that way, and it doesn't have anything to do with Christians being less kind than anyone else. I would say it's an issue of Christians probably being the most insecure people. It is a very disempowering ideology and theology. And so, because a Christian is so acutely aware of their needs, their neediness, it took great measure to satisfy that neediness with a security in God and in Jesus. The relativity of it is because Christians have been indoctrinated into such a degree of worthlessness that it took excessively large measures to find security. And so there's a big gap. There's a big gap in between the person's insecurity and the security they find in God. This is all they have, usually. There is no soul intelligence there. It's all just intellectually based in ego. And ego is the part of our person, of our psyche, that deals with the task of keeping us secure and keeping us protected. And so Jesus Christ for the Christian is the ultimate security. And if anyone comes along, any thinking person, even a rational person that's not afraid to look at things logically, if they come along and encounter a Christian, and a Christian has been taught not to use their understanding, right? There's a verse that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on this. But the problem is Christians don't do any of this. And so there is this big dichotomy between, let's say, the atheist or just a regular secular person and the Christian. And the Christian feels threatened because they have not utilized this together with their blind faith. And so there is this big insecure area that makes them feel challenged by a thinking person. And a Christian does not have any answers. If anyone has ever gone to a pastor to try to get answers for the questions that you might have, they don't have usually answers. They end up shunning you. Well, the Christian does the same thing. Since they have no answers, they have to come back at us defensively. That's their ego. And it's the ego. It's not the Christianity. It's not that Christianity should be singled out as the worst people in the world. It's that in a Christian, the ego is pretty big. And so the defense is pretty big that's coming back from a Christian. And so they will be, they'll do anything to not have to deal with that which is being mirrored and challenged in them. And so they either block you, shun you, or just simply run away. They don't have answers. And until people take the courage to start questioning their beliefs. Start looking at your beliefs and see if they hold up. See what they are. See if they are logical. And how does it fit with the insecurities? Is your faith just helping you bypass your ego issues? Right? I have every Christian I've ever met is still deeply steeped in ego issues. And I'm not saying that as a judgment, that's just realistically speaking. Every human being has ego issues because, like the scripture says, naked have I come into the world and naked I will leave. You could apply that insecure we have come into the world and we've been taught insecurity. That's all we know, and it takes that self inquiry to find all of these shadows of insecurity, the things that make us insecure and afraid. And Christianity is not encouraged to do so. I would like to encourage you to do so. If you're a Christian, begin to question your tenets, your faith. What do they call it? Statements of faith. What do these things even mean? And how do they connect to you personally? How does it connect? How does it resolve your ego problems? There you go. You got another musing for the day.